Salute discipuli and salute omnes. Welcome again to another episode. I filmed this prior, but then I tried to play it back and there was no audio whatsoever. So I always love it when TikTok decides to sabotage me because TikTok likes to do it very often. And I believe you're pretty straight, but we'll straighten you up a little bit more. Posture up, if you will. Remember, one little trick for posture before we get on into it, you guys. There goes the expo markers. Just rotate your palms outward more so. I see a lot of people you shouldn't be walking around like gorilla, all right? Because then you're putting your shoulder into internal rotation and then you're gonna get shoulder impingement and that's not good stuff. I was just talking to somebody about this recently. Just think about it. Because I saw somebody recently wearing basically like the bra for your posture, where it just it pulls your shoulders back and down. Just a little this. I can feel my scapula rotating outward, right? That's me. I deal with all my shoulder dislocation stuff. That being said, we're not talking about my physical ailments and all of my ball and socket joint issues. We're talking about the word CURRO, CURRERE. Forgetting the third principal part, but then it's CURSUM, okay? You don't need to know that because you're not embedded in Latin as much as me. But what we can do is take the Latin, the dead language that it is, and apply it to modernity. And we see a lot of our derivatives coming from that fourth principal part as well. In CURRO, the first principle, the first part. So, without further ado, how about a first one? How about a current? CURRO and then ent. I don't know. You remember? It's just an English suffixification that I call it. I need to get a haircut, guys. I'm getting a haircut, but the haircut, I want to entertain my long hair. I want to keep on doing this because I realize that I'm blessed with the hair that I have, and I might as well ride it out as long as I can. My mind ramble-bambles all the time. Here we go. Current, though. What is it called? It's something that's running, right? Continuously running. It's continuously flowing, which is also where we get the word cursive. Because cursive is writing that runs into itself. Looky there, featuring not the best by any means, but I still know how to do it. So if you didn't know, now you know. Here's my name. I hope you can do your hope you can write your name in cursive. That's all I have to say. What's another one? Well, why don't we entertain two instead of just one? And in this case, how about what? The occult? No. Occur. Occur comes from, here I am, just spit. Biological warfare right there. Good God. It is, though. Whenever I see somebody spit at someone, because I've seen it once before, the most disrespectful thing ever, and it's also biological warfare, and it was during quarantine and COVID time, because they just wanted to make a point and make this person that had a mask on feel very much more uncomfortable, and I was like, you are awful. This actually comes from the Latin ob. It's a preposition. We're going to leave it like that, right? But because of assimilation, the B turns into a C. Because obcur sounds a little weird, but this is also where we get obscure. An obstacle. It means against, and in this case, against the running. So whenever something occurs, it kind of stops you in your tracks. This thing occurred, which kind of is against the flowing of, stops in its tracks, if you will. Maybe you're in flow state and something occurred to make it stop for a hot second. If you didn't know, now you know. This is also where you get something like, how about a recur, back and or again? I don't know. What do you think? Comment them below. You can help me out because you got your own brain, and why don't you just go ahead and do a little brain gym with it and comment some words down below that entertain CURRO. Hope you learned something new, and tempo says to CURRERE.